Of course, the budget has got a lot of announcements from a corporate tax and international tax perspective. There are clear directions that have been set forth by the government, whether it is on the path that they have started on simplification, or it's about promoting exports, or even, if I were to speak about it, reducing litigation. So on all three fronts, we see that there are some significant announcements. And if I would just go a little bit into each of them, if you look at the exports, for example, I think the clear intent of the government to provide or strengthen the safe harbor provisions when it comes to the ITES sector shows that there is a clear intent to continue the growth of the service export industry, which has been a key driver of India's growth story. Something I think which is also picked up from the economic survey, which was released a few days back. Adding to that, I think the path towards simplifying the tax provisions, again from a corporate tax perspective, are reflected in the withholding tax and the TCS related provisions, which seem to have been converged now at the 2% rate, largely speaking. And I think that's a very welcome move, because this also provides a lot of growth impetus for the MSME sector, another area that has been a focus area of this government. Finally, from a litigation standpoint, I would say that certain amendments that have been brought in to end the frivolous litigation, as the government calls it, whether it be on account of certain interpretations on timelines, issuing authorities, and documentational references. That also shows that there is an intent to attract foreign capital, provide greater certainty when it comes to taxes for the corporates in general. So I think in terms of the takeaways, very clear takeaway is that there is a strategic focus on attracting foreign capital, especially in terms of the tax holidays that have been provided, in a very strategic manner to certain industries, particularly when it comes to data centers, for example. This also blends very well with the overall vision of the government when it comes to ensuring there is Atmanirbhar Bharat and Viksit Bharat, and at the same time we want to also make sure that we are attracting global capital to make sure that we stay on that growth trajectory. So I think that's something which is a very good balancing act in that sense, which has been carried out. The other key takeaway from a corporate tax perspective, as I see, is as I mentioned about litigation, right? We also see this in the form of simplification. The new law is going to come into force from the 1st of April 2026, and that should make it easier for taxpayers, corporates, large corporates, as well as small and medium-sized corporates as well, to take the benefit of the simplified provisions, simplified regimes. The government, the finance minister also announced about how she's looking to transition taxpayers into the new corporate the new tax regime applicable to corporates as well. So this is something which whether it's reflected in the MAT provisions, the minimum alternate tax provisions, it's quite clear. So I think all in all, very positive and a very growth oriented budget across the board for corporates alike. Yes, in fact, the MAT provisions, as the finance minister announced, she's looking to make it much more simpler and provide certainty when it comes to corporates. First part of it is really to make sure that the transition of taxpayers who are under the old corporate tax regime smoothly transition into the new corporate tax regime. And for that, she has provided a slight enabling provision when it comes to utilization of MAT credit. So this is really the pool of taxes that have been paid by corporates in the past, and that's available in the form of MAT credit. So the rate of utilization of that MAT credit has been specified in her announcement. Perhaps there could have been a little bit more generosity by the finance minister on that front. Maybe some corporates may feel that the limit that has been prescribed, for utilizing the MAT credit out of the pool is not very generous. But I think it remains to be seen that it should translate overall into a smoother transition, as she said. One very heartening thing that's also very clear is that there is a joint collaboration that has been announced between the Corporate Affairs Ministry as well as the Income Tax Department, the Central Board of Direct Taxes. And again, it's been done with the perspective of making things simpler for corporate taxpayers by altogether removing the tax accounting standards from 1st April 2027. Now that shows a lot of intent of cross-departmental collaboration, and maybe we can see more of that to come. We were hoping that the economic survey, which had given reference to such cross-department collaboration in the form of transfer pricing and customs departments when it comes to pricing, that would have found some way into the announcements. But yes, this is a very good start and probably very promising for more such collaborations to take place.